Hello, everybody. How are you doing today on Magical Monday? So, we have some amazing things happening in my world and hopefully your world because we're all going through the same things, similar but different. And I'm still getting the flashes. We're getting the flashes all the time now. So, we have some major downloads coming in. It's our time to shine. Okay, let's get into this reading. I have so much to go over, and we didn't get as many cards because we have just went through a massive download, learning, leveling up wisdom experience with those cards and Thoth and the Emerald Tablet and things like that. And it kind of wound down because now we have to step back. We have to marinate on it a little while. What we learn, maybe go back a few times and watch the videos and kind of recap and take it within. And that's what we need to do because right now we are a mystery school, we are an earth school, and we are rising up and we're flying. So I can feel it. Everything's going great. We have some surprises coming in about a week and a half. I think one of them is going to be a little early. I had a subscriber reach out to me, wanted to do something because they really wanted me to read something. So we have some surprises coming in about a week, and I'm not going to let it out of the bag yet. You guys just gotta wait. So now, whatever resonates with you, take within. Whatever doesn't, let it flow out like a butterfly because it may not have been meant for you. Yes, we are all one, yet we're unique. So just remember that. Let your uniqueness shine because we got some amazing cards, and these three cards right here are winding us down from the cards we just read and trying to reassure us on our journey and our direction and our choices and what we need to really think about. Because we got the number 13, the Union card. And we've got this before, but let me dive into this card a little bit before I read it, okay? This card is where we want to be, okay, in our journey. We want to be grounded to the earth. And the root chakra is the butterfly, and that is releasing the old. That is where we have the most hard time. We have to release the bad, keep the good, be the butterfly. You know, we've went through the cocoon, we've went through the caterpillar, and now we're at the butterfly stage. And all the chakras are lit up. We want them healed. We want them whole. We want them balanced and aligned. And what's interesting about this is, I never really took a real close look at this card, I guess, because I looked at these as snakes, but they're not. They're spirits. They're her spirit guides. It could be her masculine and feminine coming together. You got the eye over that, the crown, crying and releasing. It's lit up in between these two heads. So this is where we need to be. We have to listen to our ancestors, our guardians, our masculine, feminine, whatever that may be around her. That's what's trying to tell us. We have to go within and work on the butterfly part. Because what holds us in that cocoon and caterpillar stage is the past. The past is the worst thing to overcome. A lot of people have a really hard time with the past. When I was going through the dark night of the soul, I had a really hard time releasing the past. But that is what you have to do. And this card is helping us with that. So now let's read this a little bit of this card. Unity and wholeness. Harmony arises when we are in alignment. You have unlimited potential, a path that marries science and spirituality. The Union card symbolizes unity and wholeness. It represents our relationship with ourself and our relationship with the world around us. It represents the harmony that arises when we are in alignment within and with both the seen and unseen worlds around us. To achieve this centered state is our fifth reason for being. Yes, it is. Okay, let me start over. My fur babies came in and decided to bark at Jake from State Farm across the street as the fur baby across the street. So let's start over with this card. The Union card symbolizes unity and wholeness. It represents our relationship with ourself and our relationship with the world around us. It represents the harmony that arises when we are in alignment within. You know, I think I needed to read that again anyway, because it's true. Because when we're in alignment with ourselves, it reflects on the whole world around us. Because when we are having a really hard time, it shows on the outside of us because within is not in alignment and balanced. It represents the harmony that arises when we are in alignment within and with both the seen and unseen worlds around us. To achieve this centeredness state is our fifth reason for being. Who am I? What is my purpose? Why am I here? Self-inquiry puts our feet upon the path to wholeness. You know, I think we question too much about our purpose. When we're doing something and we really enjoy it, and someone comes along and tells us, gives us their opinion, and it ruffles our feathers or upsets us, like, why doesn't this person like me, but 50 people love me? It's their opinion. Everybody's different. Everybody's unique. Everybody doesn't have the same thought train going through. So we've got to remember that because we can't let one person, one opinion wreck what we're doing. So we have to be positive about everything we're doing. And we have to glide through and let it flow and just let everything come out of our mouth that we need to say right now. Because spirit is saying that it's like the ancestors are saying, they won't listen because you won't listen. You won't listen from within. You won't let you flow out and do what you need to do. It stops you. It's like all of a sudden you're flowing along and somebody comes over and puts a little air hole in your raft. And all of a sudden you're deflating and you just let it go instead of putting a little patch on, fixing it and keep flowing. That's what we need to do. That's a perfect metaphor for that situation. Why am I here? Self-inquiry puts our feet upon the path to wholeness. It is part of our life quest, and only in asking questions and seeking answers do we become whole. It is a journey that manifests in self-discovery. You know, I've discovered a lot about myself in this journey. There's a lot of things. I used to be very sentimental. Oh my goodness. I would cry at the drop of a hat. I mean, you couldn't even kill a bug around me. I'd go running like I didn't see it, But I have grown a lot. I've really matured a lot and I've leveled up in the wisdom, and that's what you really need to be. You need to be confident, even though people may see all kinds of imperfections on me. I'm not without fault, but I really don't care how they feel about me because I love myself and I know the beauty that I'm trying to put out in this world, not the ugly. If you got the ugly, then you need to work on yourself because you're the only one that can get rid of the ugly and bring the beauty out inside. We come into this world innocent and pure, while in the womb our soul is still as one with source of all. The void, the cosmic womb from which all came to be and all will return. Our soul remembers that connection. The soul remembers its unlimited potential. It remembers that it is whole and divine. This knowledge and all that we experienced before taking our first breath in this life resides within our unconscious mind, where it could motivate and guide us. If it were not for the fact that from birth, we experience a life that is conflicting in every way. As we grow the adulthood, we are taught to define, limit, repress, suppress, and deny. While we can be surrounded by people who support us and tell us that we are capable of anything we set our minds to achieving, we may still limit and restrict our potential by embracing labels and defining us. We've got to go back to our purity. And I realize it's very hard because we have been in a world that is so indoctrinating and so stifling and so manipulating that we have to climb out of this. This is our time. This is our time. Our treasure is going to come out from within. That's the treasure hunt we're going for. And it's like I'm going to use this as a metaphor because I just seen this on Facebook the other day and it brought my heart as a whole and it brought tears to my eyes. It was a child, it was like a bleachers at a game, and the child was white. And I hate to put the white in the colored because it's really not. We're all one. We're just different shades of uniqueness. So I'm going to say it like I seen it. They were different shades of uniqueness. It was a white child with a colored man. And he was sitting there, and the little girl got up on his lap and just sat there and smiled at him because she was looking at I'm going to cry, because she was looking at his uniqueness and not the color of his skin. And we so need to get away from that. That pulls at my heartstrings. Okay, I've had my cry. I knew when I brought that metaphor up that it would hurt me, and it did. But that's what we all need to live through. That's what we all need to change, and that's what we're striving for. Okay, to connect with our uniqueness. Okay, I had to get my composure back on that one. That is a subject that really touches my heart. Okay, I'm not going to harp on that because then I will start crying again, because that is our uniqueness, and that was a divide and conquer. That was one of the worst manipulations that this indoctrination thing did to us. And I'm going to leave that at that. As we grow into adulthood, we are taught to define, limit, repress, suppress, and deny. While we can be surrounded by people who support us and tell us that we are capable of anything we set our minds to achieving, we may still limit and restrict our potential by embracing labels and definitions. Furthermore, we are born into a race that divides and separates into tribes. The tribes maintain that they want peace, but thrive and profit more from conflict and war. What are we going through right now? Yeah, conflict and war. That's what they always do. And then we're all stuck in the vortex trying to figure out what just happened. Two of the largest tribes are science and religion. Many of the people of each tribe hold those of the other in contempt. You've heard the arguments. Science is founded in fact and reality. Religion is more open and expansive form. Spirituality are founded in myth and make-believe. One is based on logic, analysis, and reason. The other is based on faith and emotion and imagination. However, if you scratch the surface and look a little closer, both are founded in theory. Both require trust and conviction. Both are loved and defended with the same level of conviction. Both could coexist in harmony. To many of those who follow a scientific path, a belief in God is a sign of mental illness and dysfunction. To many of those who follow a religious path, non-believers follow a path that leads to damnation and external suffering. Who is right and who is wrong? The answer is that both tribes are but aspects of a greater whole. Only in embracing both science and spirituality do we find the answer to the larger question. Spirituality and science are not mutually exclusive. Spirituality founded science, and science that embrace spirituality and the divine offer far greater opportunities to explore and understand the universe and all that dwells within than either standing on its own. Each can and does enhance and expand our perception of the other. The Union card represents the bringing together of many aspects of our world that we have been taught to separate from the whole, divide and conquer. That was their plan all along. And most of us let it happen. All is connected as above, so below. The universe in which we dwell is multifaceted and whole. The earth upon which we dwell is multifaceted and whole. All that dwells beside us upon this blue-green earth is multifaceted and whole. We, humanity, are multifaceted and whole, and we have a symbolic relationship with that whole at the dominating species on the planet, as the dominating species on the planet. The very health of the whole planet is depending on our own health and unity as a species. And so we must reconnect and integrate and become one with all once more. The union card symbolizes the marriage of body, mind, and soul, and the recognition and acceptance of our own divinity and connection. We are physical beings who are meant to live a life that includes and embraces both the physical and the spiritual. We are unique and individual beings, but also part of a greater whole. We are told that love is all, and that at the center, when all is in harmony and alignment, there is only love. But while love is important at the center, there is only the peace and stillness of the void. It is in unifying all and experiencing the peace that is born in that moment that we remember that it was like the first dwell in the void and to dwell in the womb. In the place of pure stillness and silence, all is created. That is an amazing card. And I want us to really think about this card today, because this card, they've divided and conquered. They made one tribe more unique than the other. And that's not true. We're all unique. Skin color is beauty. It's just different. And we've got to look at it that way. We've got to get out of that indoctrinated crap, because we got the Chariot with that. We got the 7 and the Journey, determination, willpower, progress, fiction, guidance, protection. This is all it. It's time actively to move forward with your plans. Keep that ego in check when you need to, and enjoy the time of power and motivation. Yeah, we have to really watch that ego. We can't let that ego creep back in, because it's easy to creep back in. It's time to make serious progress. Travel is favored now as our moves connected, the work and the card. I don't agree with the travel thing on the Chariot card at all. Not right now. The Chariot is talking about something else. It's talking about moving forward, not traveling, because traveling, unless you're doing astro traveling, is safe. But don't do any, like, right now. Just stay in your own lane and stay put for a little while, because we've got some issues going on right now in this world that we have to balance ourselves and work on ourselves before we go crazy about stuff like that. However, balancing is necessary, and you may need to treat people around you with care, as this is a card of energy rather than sensitivity. The card reveals that good timing and being aware of your ego will be essentially if you were to keep your show on the road. An additional meaning of this card is to acquire a new car or vehicle. Don't do that either. Stay in your own lane right now. Work on yourself. It's only for a little while. We've got some bumpiness going on out there in the world that we're not understanding and hanging with, because you know what's interesting about the Union card? It talked about the love. We got the 12, we got love, we got Trinity. 12, number 3, it's the Trinity. Experience love in all forms. Love is multifaceted. There's the multifaceted again. Your love will shape you or break you. A past love re-enters your life. Yeah, our ancestors are coming back. They're trying to tell you something. The 4th reason for being is to experience love in all of its forms, from codependent and need-based love to big, unconditional, universal love. And to understanding the love comes in many different forms. And guys, there is the innocence, trusting love that a child has for a parent, and the unconditional love a parent has for a child. There is the love one has for self and the love one has for others. There is the love we feel when we do the things we do. We love, and the love we feel when others appreciate what we do. There is our love for family, love for community, love for nature, love for God, and we choose to worship. Whether that God we be born of science or religion, or the humans we choose to idolize. There is sexual love, platonic love, playful, affectionate love, selfless love, crazy love, and more. We are here to learn that love is multifaceted as we are, and the love is neither strictly good nor bad. Love is a cosmic force that will shape us or break us, depending on how we choose to experience it. And just as We have a choice in what we experience. We have a choice in how we perceive the experience of love. Yes, it's exactly right. We do. I mean, we are going through so much different love right now and so many different feelings because we did get the Knight of Pentacles loyalty with that. Hard graft may not be exciting, but the results will bring you great fulfillment. This knight is not dashing. He's slow and steady, planning his moves with care. He may not be charming, but he is loyal and trustworthy, so any offer he makes can be taken seriously. He often appears in readings to show business investments and projects that have good future potential in property. He is associated with choosing the perfect home. This is the right time to make a serious decision about your long-term future. And yes, what it's talking about is not the right home right now. It's talking about your long-term future of working on yourself. That will bring the surroundings of what's going on in the world within you, and you will be able to walk through it with grace and gratitude. The last card that we got was the 11 of the 11, the heaven and earth. And we've got this before, and I love this card. It's a where separation is an illusion. That's what we're doing right now. We're separating the illusion from the real because we're going within to find our answers instead of asking the questions outside of us. Center and align, spiritual beings in a physical body. Spirit dwells in nature, experience life and learn from experience. The 11 of Earth is a balancing and realigning card. That is the most important thing right now. That is what all these cards are trying to tell us. We have to really go within and balance and align ourselves. We are going through the dark night of the soul every day of our life right now, and so is the world. The world is purging. We are purging. We're purging with it. We're all evolving, and that's what's happening. It suggests it is time now to keep yourself centered and in harmony with the world around you by banishing the illusion of separation. You are a spiritual being, a soul living in a physical body in order to experience and learn from life. You are here to learn from those experiences in order to grow and evolve. It is important to integrate and ground your beliefs in a higher power or the intangible here on the physical plane. Know the spirit, the divine, dwells in all things of earth, sky, and water. Honor spirit here on earth. To be spiritual does not necessarily require that you pray or follow a particular religion path. Spirituality is about connection. It is about taking a moment to watch a sunrise or sunset and to know at your center that you are part of something larger than your own life. You know what? I'm dancing with life now. I'm not only dancing with life in my dreams and my astral travel, journeying and meeting people in the astral realm. I'm dancing with life right now because that's what you have to do. You have to look out your window and you have to find the beauty that our creator source has created for us. Our world is a masterpiece right now. There's the flashes. Our world is a canvas of art. That is the most beautiful art you will ever see. You will never see that sunset exactly like the one you will have tonight. And that's what I love about. I have connected with everything in this beautiful heaven on earth. And I've seen the bad, but I can see how the bad can be fixed very easily. And that's what we're doing right now. But we've got some waves in our ripples. We want to ripple and flow, but right now we've got some waves going on that we need to ride. We need to become the soul surfers. I love that. I'm a beach girl anyway. I love the soul surfers. Okay, where was I? Honor spirit here on earth. To be spiritual does not necessarily require that you... Oh, I read that. Okay, let's see where I was when I stopped. It is about taking a moment to watch a sunrise, a sunset, to know your center, that you are part of something larger, that your own life. It is about believing in more than what your senses experience. It is about believing in the mysteries, inexplainable and unknowable. It is about nurturing and honoring your personal relationship with the land beneath your feet and the heavens above. Humanity and nature have a symbolic relationship. We are dependent upon the world in which we live for our very survival. When we harm the planet, we do harm to humanity. It is important to establish a balance and harmonious relationship with nature by living a life that has less impact, one that places fewer demands on the environment instead of claiming space as your own. Remember that you share it and do what you can to coexist with the flora and the fauna that were there before you. Integrate nature into your home environment. It is important to know and understand how to live in accordance with the seasonal and seasons and cycles, and how each animal and plant serves an important role in the maintaining and stability of the ecosystem in which they dwell. To destroy one can lead to the destruction of the whole. It is important to see that magic exists in all and everything. For example, the mundane act of house cleaning can shift and alter the energy within the house and transform the environment in which you dwell. This act has an influence beyond the space around you. It affects you emotionally and mental state, as well as a cluttered and disorganized house or workspace can give rise to a cluttered and disorganized mind that is unable to focus. Mathematical patterns, the Fibonacci sequence, for example, can be found hidden in the natural world within the shapes of shells, flowers, pine cones, and even the human womb. They are also visible in the way tree branches grow and the shape of a hurricane when viewed from above. It can be said that the ordinary is magical and the magic is quite ordinary. To work magic is a simple process of creating and focusing energy with intent, which means that everything you do with intent, from adding a string of numbers to making a nice dinner for friends, is an act of making magic. Everything we do is making magic. If I if I bake a cake and I give it to you, that's my magic. If you make me some soup to help me heal, that's your magic. And that's the magic of healing for me. So we're both doing magic. It's playing it forward. It's playing the magic forward, and you'll get the magic back. And that's an amazing thing when you think about it that way. When defining the material as physical world in which we dwell and the immaterial as the world we cannot see, the 11 of Earth addresses the importance of seeing them as being a part of a singular whole. I love that card, and that was a great meaning for today. We did get 2 cards with that, and I kept them because that tops that whole thing off, because we got the 8 of Pentacles, unity, achievement. You have the ability to earn more and learn more. Whenever you focus your energy, success will follow. Analysis, dedication, detailed work, commitment, money, education, and perfectionism. Yes, we are going there. And the last card that we got was our 10 of Swords. Endings. We have ended one cycle and we're into another cycle. We're into a beautiful cycle. We're into 1,000 years of peace, but we have to create it. We have to create. We are here to create it. The magic. May every step in your journey be magical. I was on the phone today at HughesNet. I've had problems downloading. We've had problems with our internet since, excuse me, the hurricane. And I've called and they've done something and it was good for a minute and then it went back and I just haven't had time to deal with it. So I called him today and he walked me in and he says, wow, really? I said, yeah, it takes 3 or 4 hours to download an hour video. It's crazy. So he walked me through some stuff and he made it magical. It worked magically. And he says, no problem, no worries, you're good to go. And I said at the end, I said, may every step in your journey be magical. And he paused, he marinated on it. He didn't know what to say and then he thought about it. And he said, well, thank you so much. And I think you blow people's mind when you come out with things like that because they're expecting you to say, okay, have a nice day. And I don't do that. I usually try to say, may every step in your journey be magical. And I said that the other day at a store and some woman had walked out and she kind of followed me and she kind of looked at me like, wow. When she got in her minivan with her 2 kids, I don't know if she was maybe religious and took offense to it or loved it and was very intrigued by it. So you never know, but yeah, endings. And the Ten of Swords, walk away and let go. Focus on the present rather than dwell on the past. And we have been saying that all along. We have to release the past because that stops our evolution. That stops our progress. Oh boy, it's a beautiful day in Florida today. And the guy that wasn't a carpenter is out there. He's a carpenter. Now we got two cards. We have Thoth in the Emerald Tablet teachings. We don't have to read those anymore. People can go back and watch them, but we are still being taught by Thoth. We are still getting the downloads, the light codes of Thoth. And we still have the Emerald teaching and the Ameti downloads, the initiation. We have all that going on. So I put all the cards back and I reshuffled because now we have new messages. We have new learning. We have to keep that learning. We need to go back and listen to what we were taught because we have to absorb it now. Because now you have to be a teacher and you have to go open other people's eyes. So that's what we're doing right now. And we keep saying this because we are going to the Shambhala initiation, retreating to recharge, trusting in the process, trust the plan, and Dharma. We have to trust the plan. We're going to the Golden City. I've seen it in dreams where we're celebrating. We've got gold floating all over the place. It's not New Year's Eve. It's not the 4th of July. It's the coming together, the union, the celebration, and we are all going to have it, but not right now. Right now, we've got waves of turbulence. So right now, we have to find our Shambhala. We have to go within and find our Shambhala. So I am going to read the message. When things quieten down in your life, know that this isn't a failure, but an opportunity to retreat and recharge in the busyness of the physical world. Our spirit is often playing catch up with our body to the point that it gets used to being overworked and overactive. When the great master of Shambhala comes to you, they are encouraging you to take time, be away, and they are encouraging you to take time to dive into the inner world. If you have been moving full speed ahead, this gateway encourages you to slow down and retreat. Take time to gather your energy, spend time to meditation and reflection in order to gain a clearer awareness of your current situation. You will uncover many insights and gifts during this period. Realize that there is a master awakening within you. And I will tell the story because in case there's new, you can go watch it though, of Shambhala that I found when we had received the Shambhala card. I wanted to find out about Shambhala, Shangri-La, that's what they call it. And there was everybody had went on, there's another flash. Everybody had went on a quest to find Shambhala because that's where the yogis and the shamans and they all went. And some people came back, said they never found it. Some people disappeared, never came back. And a boy went out on a journey to find Shambhala, Shangri-La. And it's in the Himalayan mountains. And he was traveling through the snow-covered mountains of the Himalayas, came across a hermit. And the hermit asked him, what brings you to the snow-covered mountains? What are you searching for? And the boy says, I'm searching for Shambhala. And he said, that's easy. You're there. You're almost there. He says, what do you mean? He says, it's within your heart. So everything is within our heart. And even the religion should be pointing people to go within and go within their heart, because that is where the Christ consciousness lies. That is where our heart space is. That's the love that we have. So yeah, that is a beautiful message for us. And we also got the Memoirs of Atlantis, Spiritual Ascent, Acceleration, Progress, and Technology. We are accelerating. Now that we're getting the light down codes, this is telling us that we are right about, we're there. The treasure is there all around us. We just have to go within and find the gold. Legend has it that the Atlantis was an advanced civilization that existed thousands of years ago in the center of the Atlantic Ocean. Its people were highly evolved and had many spiritual gifts. They were telepathic, extremely psychic, and known for their ability to combine the laws of science and spirituality to develop technology and create heaven on earth. But somewhere along the way, many of them stopped respecting their gifts and spiritual connections. Their disrespect for the earth and ocean caused a great catastrophically that brought their civilization to an end. The Atlanteans who had continued to live with spiritual integrity had an awareness of what was to come and where were able to achieve full ascension and move beyond the physical realm to that of light. They are now a congregation of evolved souls who, like angels and masters, work with those upon planet Earth who are following the ascension's path in alignment with devotion and love. If this card comes to you, it has a strong energy or seems familiar, it is a good chance that you are a former Atlantean who didn't honor your spiritual connection then and are being given an opportunity to avoid making the same mistake. I completely agree because we have evolved and we can't make the same mistakes. That's why we're down here learning right now. That's why we're all waking up. You see the flashes going on? Those are all through this isn't the computer doing it. This is all through I can even see them outside when I'm looking. So, because people are noticing it, they're not paying attention. But I pay attention to everything now. I observe everything. You are being transported through a gateway to connect with ancient Atlantis. Now, know that by drawing this card today, you are receiving blessings from the Atlantean Council of Light, who are dedicated to the evolution of the soul. You are becoming aware of your gifts, and this is an exciting time, but also a time when the energies of your ego can become loud and obnoxious. Know that this gateway is appearing to remind you to stay aligned with the highest good and rooted in the energies of devotion. Then there can be a great coming together of the human and spiritual, and you can live in a more evolved way. Yeah, our heaven on earth. Those were the only two cards that came out today from the Gateway of Light Activation. And we have another flash. And we have two cards from the Soul Helper Oracle. And wow, wait till you hear these cards. This will top our day off. The first card that came out was a 23, which is a 5, which is a change. And it says, release your inner rebel. Be yourself and create your own universe. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're creating our own universe. And when we create a beautiful Garden of Eden in our universe, everybody else starts doing that in their universe. We have a beautiful universe now, don't we? The heart of a rebel beats within us all. We understand Lilith and her urge for self-determination and freedom because we have already felt this impulse, and at this moment you feel it strongly too. If you are not familiar with the story of Lilith, here is a brief outline. God originally created Adam and gave him a wife as a companion, according to the Talmud. This first wife was called Lilith, and she was of equal birth, self-confident, proud, and a free woman. She refused to serve Adam and wanted to be in a dominant position when they made love, which displeased Adam. He wanted to dominate her, and an argument ensued. Lilith spoke the secret name of the Lord, which resonated full of magic, and parted from Adam, leaving him as a free and self-determined woman. It is said that she had many children, but lost them as a punishment for her disobedience and individualism. Lilith wanted to be free. She was not meant for a small world. You have drawn this card because you too need more space and freedom for yourself. Emerge from your constraint cocoon. She got the butterflies around. Look, those beautiful blue butterflies in that morning glory. All witches, you are a child of Lilith. All witches, shamans, and healers, all wise men and women, all those to whom knowledge is given have a spiritual connection to Lilith. Who wants to oppress you? Who wants to take your place? Who is crossing boundaries? Rebuke them, but clearly and with love. Since people are sometimes unaware of their incorrect behavior, follow the path of your soul, the path of freedom, and pay no attention to the complaints and criticism of others. They do not know that you can create your own universe. What did I just say before I started this? We need to work on ourselves and not worry about someone else's opinion, criticizing and giving their opinion on it and hurting our feelings, because that's crazy. It shouldn't hurt your feelings. It's their opinion. Your helpers for the next 21 days are the power animal is the condor, the herbal essence is jasmine, the crystal is emerald, and the number is 5. Let me see, that is not that. The number 5 tells you that you have a deep connection with the divine source and that nothing can prevent wisdom from finding its way to you. Your current priorities are fidelity, reliability, and loyalty. Focus on them and concentrate on healing them in both the world outside and your inner world. Yeah, that's completely 100%. I agree. Number 5 brings protection, giving you the freedom to act more boldly. Its energy field is centering, bringing the strength that always recognizes and recreates itself at the end of a soul path, along with meditation, belief, and insight. 100%. I completely agree. And we've been getting this a lot. And I think this card, we've got this a few times, and I think this card is trying to tell us something. Number 43 and number 7. Have courage, awaken the warrior of light within you. Some of us are afraid to step out of the box. I know I did a lot of observing for a lot of years and did not step out of it. A few times I stepped out and talked about my dreams and stuff like that because I am a dreamer. But I never really stepped out of the box until I heard those words in a meditation, it's time. So when I heard that, I knew it was time to use my throat chakra and be channeled and be taught and to be a teacher and to help people be teachers and to teach myself things and learn from others. So I knew that it was time. This card will guide you on a path of light-filled warrior. It indicates that you should face up to the challenge of life. The light-filled warrior does not become angry over difficult situations or attempt to blame others for their own suffering. The deceit, lies, or pain by encountering in life. Instead, they are courageous and overcome all the lies they tell themselves. If they lack a courageous heart, they will have no love of life. Your soul is calling on you to be brave, to climb life's peaks and not to fear the lows. Everything helps to support the growth of your consciousness, the success and the heights along with the defeats and the lows. We have to take the lows with the highs. There's so many people giving their opinion out there, and they can have a very bad opinion about things and very mean opinion about things. And you've got to release that and let it go. Step back, observe. That was a learning experience, and let it go. The journey on which you find yourself is long, and no one can predict how it will be, whether it will be safe and whether it will bring you great suffering or deep joy. This journey is an adventure. Do not be afraid. Wake up the light-filled warrior within you. It will be your protection. Fight for the light within you and fight for the light in this world by protecting it and letting it grow. And never again seek someone to blame. They do not exist. Your destiny is not controlled by others, but it is entirely in the hands of God, who will always react to the impulse emanating from you. You are the one who creates the success and victories in your life, not to mention the defeats. It is recognizing that makes a wise warrior. However, this card is also an indicator that your heart is in danger. This delicate, sensitive place must not be defiled. Put your inner warrior on guard at its door. Avoid all forms of trouble and altercation over the next 21 days. Stay home and let everyone in the outside world simply pass you by. Your warrior will give you the strength and centeredness that you will need. Your power animal is the ibex. The herbal essence is rosemary. The healing crystal is the black tourmaline, and the number is 7. I have 2 black tourmalines right here to ward off negative energy as I read cards, and they are always here at my computer. And I've been telling you to stay in your own lane. We have some really bad things coming down, and we don't want to get involved at all in them. We want to stay completely neutral and work on ourselves and our Garden of Eden, our little universe, and help our soul family along the way. Pretend we're on Soul Survivor. We were dropped onto this earth, and we have to succeed as a tribe. That is oh my gosh, that is perfect. I need to start my own channel, the Soul Survivor. Oh, geez. I don't know where these channeled messages come, but I guess I'm supposed to say that. Number 7 indicates that you should only trust the magic of your heart. You will be given the gift of light that makes a deep connection between you and the mysteries of your life. Over the next few days, fill your soul path with love, even more than usual. Love every moment, love everything and everyone, and you will become the magic of your heart. The energy field of the number 7 is like a gateway of light. It is death, birth, magic, light, and completion of a stage in life. Number 7 brings new soul paths. We are soul surfers, surfing through a soul survivor of an evolution, and that's where we're going. We've got to make it beautiful. We've got to let our heart shine. We've got to smile a lot because people need those smiles right now. They need that hope, and we are there. We are rising right now. We are awakened, and we are ready. So that was great. I love it, and it's going to start my day off perfect. So hit the likey lovey button because that brings more of our soul family to the message. And I am going to put in the show more section a link to our GoFundMe page. We're almost done. Hopefully we can. I've got people sending me stuff in the mail, so we'll see where we are. As soon as we're there, it's gone. We don't want it anymore. I don't like it. And I love the gratitude, but I don't like asking. So if you can do a love donation through my GoFundMe page to help us with the hurricane, I would, there would be so much gratitude from my heart right now. And if you can't, I completely understand. Love is still there, completely immersing from my soul and my heart. Uh, I love everybody. I really do. And may every step in your journey be magical. And you know what? It's a perfect thought. It's a perfect outcome to a perfect day. Be you. Just be you.